Hello, air signs. How's your eclipse season going? I hope it's going well. Congratulations for surviving so far. I'm sure that it's been overwhelming sometimes, hasn't it? But we are here today to talk about your July 2020 reading. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, tell them about me, this colorful queen right here. I made these lips just for you today and inspired by Sharon Needles. And I hope that you enjoy your reading. I'm posting down below in the description box a bunch of information. I have cited the decks that we're using today. Also, I'm putting down there links to organizations that help Black trans lives, and also you can also find my email down there if you'd like to get in contact with me, if you'd like to book a personal reading, or if you just want to say hello and send your love or anything like that. You can also use that same email to send me a donation through PayPal, or you can send me a donation through Venmo at the address down below. So it's at Bruxa, B-R-U-X-A, okay? So we're going to start with Gemini. And yeah, enjoy the reading. Hello, Gemini. How has your June been? I hope it's been really good. I'm going to start I haven't seen these cards yet, so I'm going to just start flipping them, showing them to you, and then we'll interpret them together, okay? So first is the Queen of Swords, which is the queen of your suit. The swords is the suit of air, and Gemini is the one of the air signs of the zodiac. So this is like your power card right here. Then we have Strength. Beautiful. Look at that. You got the Leo card. Maybe there's a Leo in your life too that's been, you know, just on and off there, making its presence known, but we're gonna talk about it more. You also have Astara. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. Touch that star. Then we have Contemplation Time. Spend time alone, meditating upon what you truly desire, from the Mermaids deck. We also have Beauty. Gorgeous, gorgeous child. We have the Ace of Cups. New beginnings, also known as the Roots of Water in this particular deck. We also have Inner Trust. We have the King of Swords. So you got the Queen and the King of Swords. So that's the counterparts of your suit. So what a powerful way to begin your month of July. I follow my inner guidance. Again, inner trust, inner guidance. Wow, that's beautiful. I love how these cards are corresponding to each other. And lastly, we have this, I guess it's the Six of Cups reversed. And we're going to read a little bit about this because I think it has a very, very specific message for you. So let me get a sip of my water. And we're going to start by talking about this inner guidance, inner trust combo that came out here. As you can see, yeah, there they are. And also I do want to mention that I see with this card, there's also this, and they're looking up, you see, like they're looking up towards an aim, or like a star or something that they are wanting to manifest, right? So you see them looking up toward that light. There's a lot here, I think, Gemini, that that is showing up about you having gone through really difficult periods in your life, and you've survived. We talked about survival in the beginning of this video, about surviving the eclipse season, but you've survived much more than that. You survived your whole life, right? You're here, and you have been able to connect to yourself more and more, and really trust yourself, and follow your guidance by listening to your own voice and what you need to do. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are absolutely all about that too, I think. When they show up, it's very much about you, especially with the Queen. She is not a bad person. She's a cold person, and she does what is best for her. And I think that she is really, really, really good at drawing boundaries, right? So, and then the King of Swords is this elegant inner knowing, like this inner truth that exists, that you don't have to, like, you don't have to show it. You don't have to showcase it to anybody. There is like just something that you know, and you don't need to really hear any type of advice or any. It's very much, this whole energy, I think, has a lot to do with the self, and a lot to do with like listening to yourself and listening to your guidance, contemplating. And then there is a part of it that is almost like a shoot. It's basically like you're getting shot out into this new beginning. That is a new emotional beginning here with the Ace of Cups. And I think that you have really stepped into your power and gone through very difficult things that have made you closer to yourself, and have basically perhaps it was in order to protect yourself. But it's so funny too, though, because with these two cards, you can see that both of them have swords. These are two different decks, okay? It's kind of crazy that this doesn't happen with the King of and Queen of Swords in many decks, but both of them have swords within them. And in this one, he is particularly, inflicting it onto himself, like harakiri, right? So he's killing himself. But it's like this, like self-sacrifice, this idea of like martyrdom, this idea of like, I'm gonna give myself up in order to become humbled, or become, or be able to reach inner power. But I think that it has been really difficult for you. I think it has been really tough. It hasn't been, even though, I mean, it's beautiful. It's like a beautiful sadness and a beautiful, yeah, how like there are stories sometimes about people who like get glory from hurting themselves in a way, and I think that there's also a sense of like needing to protect yourself at the same time, even though like I'm the only one who's gonna hurt me. I'm not gonna let you hurt me, so I'm gonna hurt myself, right? The Black Tourmaline is all about protection, so I think that these characters both have this really intense like self-protection. Like, I'm gonna follow my trust, my inner trust. I'm gonna, I know myself, so I can do that to myself, but nobody else will do that to me. So they put themselves in this position, and there's like almost like a glory of the martyr, of the person who sacrificed, the person who let it go, who let go of what they wanted, or ended up like releasing something in order to to feel powerful within themselves. Like I was able to go through that. I was able to, you know, and now, and I mean, they're the suit of the mind here too. So you can see like she's crowned by butterflies, which is all about transformation and change. And then here you have like a double crown. So they are king and queen. They're not really martyrs, even though it seems like that's what it's showing. Yeah, but it's this very elder type of energy, right? King and queen. It's not a page and it's not a knight. It's like they are the oldest of the suits, right? They are really, really intense. And even here you can see that this one is definitely an older person. They're crossing the rainbows right behind them too, which is interesting. You can see also this something being set, something that was alive being set to the ground, like the death of something, the protection, and then like these latex people, like latex outfits with these fancy hats. I just love this. This is such great imagery just overall. It's just, even if you don't like tarot, just to like look at the stuff that people make in cards is like absurd and gorgeous. So yeah, I think that you are definitely taking time to contemplate about what happened in your life in the past year or so, even more than that, perhaps. Maybe you're even going back to like a little bit of like a younger time. You can see here that she is like this very childlike maiden type of like, you know, representation. But then you have also this like the beauty that is sort of unconventional, even, you know, in this card specifically. But it's this like this idea of connecting to beauty, to Venus. We just got Venus to go direct now, which is really interesting. And I think that you might be focusing more and more like back. You might be noticing like that you want to connect to the energy of beauty, to connect to values and the energy of what is attractive about you. I just noticed that this card is the same color as my eyeshadow. Beauty. And also here's another card that fits my eyeshadows too. I want to read this to you because I know that there is a very specific meaning relating to this card that will be very important for you to listen to. I think I do believe that this is about harmony. Let me show it to you upright. So this is a very, very gorgeous creature. It's extending a hand, right? And almost like gifting somebody this beautiful bracelet. But it's reversed. So there's something that is blocked about your ability to give. And I want to read to you what could be a good advice concerning that. It says here, the Six of Water reversed has a very simple message and meaning. It does not serve us well to give in to the desire to inflict hurt just because we believe someone to be deserving of it. We may feel that we are justified, but what purpose does an act of spiteful retaliation serve but to make us less and perpetuate suffering? It can also be said that it makes us energetically the same as the person who harmed us. Therefore, the Six of Water comes to caution against embracing pettiness and retaliation, regardless of the circumstances. There is always a better option than an act of spite. Anger used in this manner, is rarely beneficial or healing. Instead, it perpetuates suffering. There are none who can remain untouched when cruelty is offered. Both the person who inflicts it and the person it is inflicted upon will be marked by it. If revenge is desired, the best revenge we can met out to anyone who has hurt us and upset us is to remain peaceful and emotionally detached. We can choose to be kind to ourselves, to end our suffering by walking away and investing our time and emotion in something more worthy. So if you think that if there's someone in your life that you are wanting to retaliate or make them feel like you felt or something, anything like that, basically, I think that there are two messages here. One is don't give it back in the same coin, and also stop hurting yourself, because even if you are trying to hurt someone in any sort of way, even if it's by walking away, even if it's by, just anything, like, you're still hurting yourself. And I see that shows up in these cards, as we talked about before, right? You have been strong. There is a lot for you to live towards in this life. Please aim high, follow your guidance. You're looking up towards something beautiful, or at least if you're not, know that there is something beautiful for you to look up toward, and that there is a new beginning for you, full of beauty, full of inner trust. And instead of having this reversed, flip it right side up. I'm going to actually read that to you when it is right side up, because it's such a beautiful message that you might need to hear it. It says, the key words for this card is kindness, concern, sympathy, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, love, and ideals. The ideal of kindness and compassion. See all that is good and pure in humanity. Strive to be better. Embrace healthy boundaries. Accept that you will falter. Overcome obstacles with gentle determination. Do not meet aggression with aggression, and be kind and walk away. The Six of Water is the epitome of kindness and concern. She represents all that is good and pure within humanity, and an ideal that many strive to meet. She is kind, but not to a fault. She displays concern and care, but does so with a level of emotional detachment. She is sympathetic, compassionate, and giving, but not to the extent that she leaves nothing for herself. She is understanding and aware that we all think, believe, and see life in a unique way, and that this determines how we behave and respond to others. She is forgiving, but forgives because she knows the act sets her free and enables her to move forward without being weighted down by past experiences. She is a gentle soul who overcomes all obstacles with a determination that is free of any aggression or intent to do harm. She is the peaceful warrior who wins all with a gentle touch and smile, a kind word, and a compassionate, generous nature. Does she represent an impossible ideal? Do you strive to be like her and find yourself incapable of behaving this way all of the time? The Six of Water comes to tell you to just be you. Show compassion, be empathetic, understanding, and aware of all that makes us different. Be generous, but remember to keep healthy boundaries in place. Most importantly, be kind to yourself when you don't live up to your own, sometimes impossible ideals. To be the peaceful warrior, you have to be as kind and generous to yourself as you are to others. So this is what I was seeing here with this king and queen of swords, like hurting themselves. Like, be kind to yourself. Trust yourself to go into this new beautiful emotional beginning. Really beautiful. You deserve the best. That's what Astara says. You deserve the best. Believe that. Take that sword off your gut. You can't be walking around with that pain forever. You're gonna have to make new friendships. You're gonna have to make new relationships. You're gonna have to you know, search for what it is that you want to do in this life. And you're going to have to do the things you love. It's not just because something happened that you're gonna, you know, you're gonna just be this character for your whole life and like carry that in your, like in your belly, you know, letting all your grace fall. Like, don't do that. You deserve more than that. You know, you experienced something. People experience things. Sometimes we get hurt, sometimes we hurt others, and it's part of life. It is part of life. We have to move on. We have to get better. We have to go to therapy. We have to, you know, work through process our feelings and emotions, try to get closure and move on. And if you can't get closure, then, you know, try to just process it and try to be your friend, be your own friend. Like, be good to yourself, because you're a wise being, and you should always listen to whatever it is that you need. Okay, so Gemini, I think that's the gist for you for July 2020. I hope it goes well for you. I am sending you lots of love and good vibes, and I will see you next month. Please share, subscribe, like, comment, send me a message or a donation, or a donation to Black Trans Lives organizations that I put down below, okay? And I'll see you in August. Take care, honey. Bye. Hello, Libra. How are you doing, baby? I hope you're good. I hope your June has been really good, and that you've really been able to, you know, reign this beautiful eclipse season energy. It's been really intense, hasn't it? So I am going to show you the cards that I got for you. I haven't seen them yet, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit with you about them. Okay, the first card that I'm looking at is the Two of Pentacles. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Nice, look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous energy. Then we have Patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. So, interesting energy here. We also have Stay Optimistic. It says your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. We also have Vacation. That's basically the whole world. The Ten of Cups. Beautiful. I love this card. Wow. We also have Conscious Connections. Wow. Isn't that gorgeous? Then we have the Knave of Cups. That's a nice soak. We also have I listen to opposing opinions. And lastly, we've got Integrity. Beautiful. Okay, Libra, so I'm definitely seeing this balance between your independence and then connecting to others. It looks to me that you are in a very good position relating to how you feel about your worth. The Nine of Pentacles is all about that. It's the lady in the garden with the bird card. And she's you know, she's okay. She's doing good. She's more than okay. She's abundant. You know, we got all those flamingos with her. That gal, what is this? My gosh, Jessie J, I swear to God, these cards are incredible. Please, please follow this incredible witch on Instagram. Follow her, please. It's Jessie J. She's this deck, and everything she does, like relating to art, is incredible and amazing. But yeah, so independence. This card is like all about independence. It's all about worth. It's about knowing your worth. It's about feeling good in your skin, standing on your own 2 feet, not really needing anybody, but having them as a bonus. Like, oh, you know, you get in here, let's like hang out, let's soak together, you know. It's kind of that type of like that type of energy. It's like any other relationship you have that is not with yourself is just extra, and it's very much appreciated, but it's not like there, it's like the anti-codependency card. Like, you don't need anyone. You're good with yourself, and you feel good about yourself. You feel very independent. You feel very, very grounded and solid in your life, relating to how you feel about yourself right now. And at the same time, you are finding that you are having to be flexible and adaptable to the way that the world is right now, right? The Two of Pentacles is all about juggling things, and it's not very stable. Like, if you think about stability, you think of a table, for example, right? And a table has 4 legs. It doesn't have 2 legs, right? What has 2 legs? A bike. You know, bikes, you have to find your balance on a bike. So I would say that it's not necessarily like, yes, you feel good about your worth and you are independent, but things are shifting, things are changing, and you're just going with the flow, and you're just having to be adaptable, and you're having to like get the next news and roll with it, and then you get another, and then it's just like, you know, it's like keeping the balls up in the air, right? I know what you're thinking. Okay. Patience, Libra. Patience, right? Here it is. This energy, isn't it? Like, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Very important for us, especially with what is going on globally. I think that I think this should be for every single sign, really. Patience is such a virtue, right? It is such a virtue. And being able to wait for things, to gather information, to learn, to prepare before you act is something that can bring a lot of benefit to you, especially right now in your life. I think that there is definitely, you have been getting time to rest and to rejuvenate and to think of what it is that you want to do with your life. This is why, like, vacation card, like this reminds me of this 4 of Swords. You know, it's like the turn all the electronics off, let's have a sit on the couch. Let's just meditate. Let's you know, just be there. Just be, breathe, feel the presence of yourself in your life. All of that is this card. It's this being able to just enjoy time, to just enjoy your body, enjoy your spirit and everything that comes with it. And I think that is, like, with these two together, patience and vacation, it's just such passive energy. It's so mellow. And I think it's something that you really needed in your life, because you know, I think that it needed to happen in order for you to find the epiphanies that you needed to receive in order to create something incredible. and you just weren't being able to be that channel because you were so busy all the time. And I mean, it's not like, you know, like you couldn't have, and I'm sure that you have been many times a channel to the energy of the world. But I think that for you specifically, Libra, it's very important for you to have your beauty rest. And you know, oh my gosh, look at that. That is a beauty rest. Seriously, that is what that is. It's so Librian. Like, even though it's a cups card, it's the Princess of Cups, or the Page of Cups, which is very intuitive and creative. It's like she's bathing in milk. It's like so, just like this lovely, luxurious bath, you know? And I mean, I'm just seeing all of these and I'm like, this is some good spa time. Like, have you been doing spa at home or something like that? Or maybe you will. That's what's, you know, in July that might be coming up. You're gonna be you're just gonna be enjoying your own company in a very relaxed way. And if you're not, if you're busy, this is asking you to go there, because being in water, being submersed, will help you just churn out what it is that you need to, you know, it'll help you connect, I think. I'm also seeing the Ten of Cups here, which is a beautiful depiction from the Next World deck. You can see this mother and daughter with their cat in this like really crazy city. And this is what the Ten of Cups is really about. It's like the place doesn't really matter. It is like, it's just so simple, you know. It's the connection that we have with each other, and the fulfillment that love in our family or our community can bring. It's called safety in this deck. Mars in Pisces. Mars in Pisces. This is actually what we're going through. I think actually tomorrow, I believe. No, it's not tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I think it's this week that Neptune, or sorry, not Neptune, Mars gets into Aries again. So you have been living this, or we have been living this collectively, this type of energy of just being able to feel so grateful for the connections that we have in our lives. And also, a 10 is always an ending, right? It's always the end of a cycle. So there's some sense here of like celebration of what we have had so far. Wow, how beautiful it is to have met the people that you have met, have loved the people you've loved, and, you know, really appreciating them fully and completely as gifts, you know, very, very beautiful gifts in your life, where you have a community where you can feel safe in. And that's really, really beautiful. I think that you'll be connecting to that community perhaps in July, because Conscious Connections is also here. So I think July is going to be, if you haven't really been connecting much with your community, it's going to start back up or something like that. These are the people who have magical connections to you, right? Who are like, it's almost like a telepathy type of connection, you know, like, you know what they're thinking, you know, you just have this magical link to them, yeah. And I think that there is like, you know, a lot of potential for collaboration here. There is a potential to make your dreams come true together. I do think that, yeah, like I said before in the beginning of all of this, there's like the community, the connection to others, and then the connection to yourself. I do think that July is very much this like opposing force between you coming home and taking care of yourself and resting and having this luxurious time enjoying your presence, and then coming back out and connecting to the people who you really, really are deeply enthralled with, or I guess that's the word, like just being completely like, you know, together with them. Always, this is a beautiful card too. Always look up, you know, stay optimistic here. I talked about dreams, and this says your dreams are coming true, didn't I? When I was looking at this, I looked at the fish, and I don't know why, but like her looking at these fish reminded me of dreams. So I wonder if there's like a part of you that is wanting like something to happen that you've been wanting to happen for a really long time, and it's almost like it's time for you to like really look at it and manifest it and believe that you can make it happen. This is why Stay Optimistic is here, because your dreams are coming true. And so it's saying, don't quit, rest. Don't quit, rest. Don't quit, rest. Okay, when it gets hard, reach out for the people who you have these conscious connections with so that they can replenish you. Because if you're making something happen that is a big deal in your life, because it's easy to manifest an apple, right? Like you're like, oh, I feel like I kind of really want to eat an apple, and then it's right there, right? This happens to you all the time. I know this, and it happens to me too. But what makes us get blocked when it's about the biggest thing we've ever wanted, right? The thing that we always dreamed about, or that maybe we just found out that we always dreamed about, or maybe it's something that we don't even know that we dreamed about, but it's about to happen because it's time. It's a dream. It's a dream. It's not an apple, right? It's like something much bigger. So staying optimistic is it's a mindset, and the mind is a really, really powerful tool. And if you use it in the right way, it can actually like it can bring you so many amazing, incredible gifts. It can bring you the apple, but it's not going to be an apple. It's going to be something much bigger. So perhaps also another thing that I'm hearing here is like, try to connect to people who are optimistic right now, because this is a moment I see of manifestation that is coming up soon. It's not in July. July is time for rest and connection, but it is foreshadowing something that is going to be later on, that is going to be a big break. And so this is why you need the rest, and this is why you need to connect to people who are optimistic, because you're just about to start your machinations of the mind, where you're gonna start thinking about this breakthrough that's gonna happen to you, and you cannot afford to have any negative talk coming from you or others. And the best way to stop negative talk is actually, you can't really stop it, but you can observe it, and you can notice it, and then you can be like, oh, well, that was negative, that keeps me trapped. What is it that I do want to believe in? What is it that I do want to focus on my energy on? Okay. And then lastly, with integrity, Libra, I think that this is like you just being completely you and very, very truthful to yourself, right? Oh, there's also, I listen to opposing opinions. So, you know, I think that there's a sense here of you just being so secure in yourself. So secure on what you believe in that you are able to listen to opposing opinions, that it doesn't threaten you, that it doesn't make you want to defend yourself in any way. You don't have to defend yourself because you know what integrity is to you, what truth is to you, and you're gonna follow that. You're gonna follow your truth, and you're gonna stay integral to that truth. So I love that. Being flexible with the changes, being very connected to your self-worth, having patience, connecting to those who are magically connected to you, staying optimistic, and also hanging out with optimistic people will really help you. Taking care of yourself, having that spa day, just being present, meditating, taking care of your mind and your soul and your body. Yeah, rest in July. Rest. Take some time to rest, please. And then being so integral that you are able to listen to anybody about anything. Being so connected to your truth, and then being extremely grateful for this beautiful community that is with you. Every day, I know you are really grateful, and I think in July you're gonna see that come out even more. Like maybe you're gonna like connect even more back to your community. But don't forget to rest. Don't forget to get yourself time. Don't forget to get your alone time where you're just like, okay? I love you so much, Libra. Have an amazing July, and I will see you in August. Please feel free to share this, to subscribe, to, you know the gist, okay? So I will see you in August. I love you. Goodbye. Hello, Aquarius. How are you doing today, my loves? I hope that your June is going well. I'm going to show you the cards that I got for you. Let me sip a little bit of this delicious sparkling water. Ah, so good. Okay. So I'm going to show you the cards and then we're going to talk about them, okay? So we've got Temperance. So pretty. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Aquarius. Look at you. Yes. We've got Angel Gabrielle. You have an important life purpose involving communication in the arts. Duh. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Gorgeous. Then we have Waves of Prosperity. New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. Man, that's a mermaid with wings. Wow. Gorgeous. Look inside yourself. We got the Five of Swords. We have Receiving. Oh, good. Jesus Christ, what was that? We have the Empress. Wow. This is so beautiful. We also have I act respectfully of others. Interesting. Of others. I act respectfully of others. So interesting way of putting it. And then we have the 10 of fire. This is intense. It's like a DMT trip. Okay. It's funny because I have a friend who's an Aquarius who has done DMT, and then I totally thought of her like looking at this. So let me check in here, Aquarius. Ooh, I'm getting shivers. Yeah, okay. So open up your hands because some abundance is coming to you, okay? With receiving plus waves of prosperity, I would say like something is coming in July. You know, there's like a gift coming, like something really good. It could be money, it could be a job, it could be anything that is beneficial to you, even if it's not necessarily monetary. It can be something that will just make you grow in some way, and in a positive way too. It's not gonna be like, you know how like sometimes we get lessons and then they like make us better, but they're really hard lessons. This is not what this is. This is about you learning how to receive, which means that you actually have to be open to receive. And sometimes I think that people really they ask for things, but they find it hard to actually let it in when it happens, or they get like afraid. I know this happens to me all the time. I'm like, I want this, and then when it gets there, I'm like, I'm so scared, you know, because you know it might be something new, and you have to learn new things, and you have to learn how to deal with it, and you know if there's documentation and you've never done it before, and it's like all this like really intense work that you have to do to receive it. Or even sometimes it can be about like you feeling like you're still not totally in touch with your sense of deservingness, or like I deserve this. No, you do deserve it, Aquarius. You deserve prosperity. You deserve to receive. You have given a ton, okay? You're Aquarius. You're always thinking of humanity. You're always thinking of the planet. You're always thinking of everybody else but yourself. You're like the opposite of Leo. Even though Leo is not necessarily about like being selfish. It does have to do with the self, right? Leo gives a lot too, but in just a different way than Aquarius. Aquarius doesn't put themselves like up front, even though they shine like bright stars. and a star, that's your card, you know, that the star card is the Aquarius card of the zodiac or the tarot. But what I'm seeing here is you being able to receive like Leo does, you know, like sometimes Leo will be the first to receive. You be the first to receive now. You open your hand. You know, take the nice piece of I don't know, ravioli. Anyway, with the Queen of Pentacles here, this is another card that talks about, it's the physical realm. So it's about money, it's about prosperity, and it's also about anything that relates to the physical world. So it can really mean anything that has to do with the physical world. It can be about your body. You can see here that there's like some hands on you, you know what I'm talking about. I hope this happens. Right now, I think a lot of people are afraid of hands unless they are sanitized. But I do think that this is a lot of, there's like a lot of like hands like giving, you know, and like this is why I'm saying, like, there's actually like a lot of hands here. This is kind of crazy. I just realized. Yeah, look, I'll show you. Hands, okay? We got the hands here. Then we have, I mean, every card has hands. Like, she's holding a shell. And then there's like hands holding this microscope and this bulb of plant flower. Then the receiving, of course, like that big hand holding the cup to receive. And then we have the Empress's hand. I think that there's like hands, like the idea of it, the symbology of hands. Like, let me show you my hands, you know, like makers, receivers, being able to receive, praying to something, yeah, like connecting to a divine being or a spirit or a guide or ancestor or animal guide or angel, or just like being, you know, this is so beautiful. And this too, you know, this like down and up, where it's like I can ascend or I can go down below. Anyway, so, you know, as above, so below. But, well, it just got really weird right now. I don't know why. I think it's because it's Aquarius. Oh, you guys are so funny. Okay, I'm getting lost. I'm sorry. I'm getting like laugh. I need to drink. Okay, so, energy of there's a lot that you do for a lot of people, Aquarius, and I think it's really important for you to be able to delegate. I know that this card means something else in this deck particularly, which I will look up for you, but in other decks, the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Fire is a lot about you needing to delegate more, so that you don't take it all on your back. Like, you don't have to carry the burden by yourself. You can, you know, you are a leader, you know, even though you might not feel like it sometimes, you absolutely are. And I think you do think you are a leader, though. I don't think that you're like lying to yourself, like, I'm doing all these things but I'm not a leader. No, you are, and you know that, but it's not, you don't really flaunt it. And sometimes I think you do take a lot of the responsibility of leadership that I mean, it's really beautiful that you do that. It's really beautiful, and you're very appreciated for it. But it's important also to not break your own back. You do need to be able to share with others. I think that ultimately July as a month for you is extremely creative and giving. These two, I mean, you know, the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. The Empress is like the Queen of Queens, right? She's the Empress of the Empire, and the Queen is the Queen of the Kingdom. And you have both here, and it's very Venusian energy, is very Venus-like. It's very much about beauty and fertility and creativity and being able to birth ideas and things and people, you know. I mean, birth people as in like, could be your, you know, your actual baby, or it could be people like you helping someone realize a dream or become who they are really meant to be, anything like that. And there's just such a, I'm seeing just in general here that there is like a lot. I think that the whole message about July for you is the balance between giving and taking, or giving and receiving, because you have the giving cards here, which is something that you have been doing for a really long time, and you continue to do, and you will continue to do because you're really good at it. But also then the receiving, right? And we see these are receiving cards. These are giving cards. Giving, receiving. And then I see temperance here. And this is why I said balance, because balance, it has everything to do with temperance. It's being able to you don't want to tip the scale. And if the scale is already tipped, this is basically saying that it's going to be tipped to the other side, but it's up to you to do it. So you have to realize which one is it that you've been doing more of, which I believe that it is that you have been giving more than you've been receiving, and that you are going to take actions to receive more. Okay. This means even if you're doing the work to be able to receive, that's fine, as long as you are receiving, as long as you're not just giving someone something. Like if you need to do the work to apply for money that you're going to receive, do the work, ask for help. You've been helping a lot of people. You can ask for help. You can ask for somebody to help and even if you don't ask for help, just do it for you. Do it. Like, I do think it's important for you to ask for help though. Keep that in mind, because, you know, delegation and everything with this card here, right? But also let me actually look up this card, because I'm curious about what it actually means. Because I do know that it changes. What is it? The 10 of Fire. With this deck, it's a little bit different, but I still do think that it's important to know both meanings. Yeah, so this is about doing, self-mastery, mastery, evolution, enlightenment, light work, light being, discipline. So mastery of both craft and self. Take command of yourself and life. Take responsibility for your actions. Do not be a slave to outside forces. Order, structure, and simplicity. Be disciplined and dedicated. Stop making excuses. Act. You can do anything you set your mind to and act upon. So this is why this is different in this deck. Usually it does talk about you taking on all the burden and needing to delegate, which I think is still a valid message here. But it is also about like not procrastinating and getting up and doing the work that you need to do to make whatever it is that you need happen in order for you to receive, right? Sometimes there's a little bit of wasted energy with arguments with Aquarius, I think, with you trying to convince people of shit. And I don't think it's helping you in any way. I think that, or them, I think that you really need to learn what your audience is going to be. And there are people who are not going to want to hear what you have to say, and they're not going to really change. I think that there's something that I actually learned from a friend of mine this past week, I believe, or past few weeks, I don't know. She said something about how like try not to sell your ideas. Like, and she told me that because I feel like I'm so like I feel like I want to convey an idea to somebody because I believe in it so much, and that the selling of it actually makes the person kind of, you know, when you get into a store and you just want to look around and you want to be like relaxed, and like the salesperson comes and they're like, look at this, would you like this, this is beautiful, this, I bet that would look really good on you. And you're like, oh guys, I'm gonna go away, bye. You know, it's kind of like that type of energy that I have felt myself doing. And I feel like just giving your opinion might actually work, like just once without pushing it or anything, just like letting it out and then like walking away and like being like, I don't care if you care about it or not, if you like it or not. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna because sometimes what it does is it makes people walk away, and it becomes kind of this like conflict that needs to be resolved. And it doesn't have to be. You know your truth. You can state your truth. You don't have to convince anybody of your truth. You can believe your truth without having to enforce it onto other people, even if you know even if you know that veganism is better for the planet, if you try to sell it, it's actually going against veganism in a way, because it's actually making the people not want to hear you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I know that we are on the same page about it, but I feel like human beings are not ready to receive the truth and just and not feel defensive. So even if you give your opinion just once and walk away, that might be too much for some people. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't give your opinion and you shouldn't share your truth, but it might be more effective for you to actually get it through them if you don't force it. If you're just like, well, there is this, and now I'm gonna go, bye. You know, or like change the subject, go to something else. This is what I think, and that's it. And it actually affects people. It affects people when you talk about things. It can affect people if you force it too, but I think that it's probably gonna be a little it's gonna get in there. It's a sneaky way of like just being like, okay, people are gonna think about it later, and they're gonna be like, wow, that person is so cool, they were talking about this, and maybe I should look into it because I kind of like them a lot, and I don't know, maybe they're right about it. And then they like start looking at it, and anyway. So also with I act respectfully towards others, or of others, that's a whole other thing too. It's like respecting that sometimes your opinion is not the right opinion, even though it might be right for you, it might not be right for someone else. So respecting other people and acting respectful towards their lifestyle choices, whatever, is also very important here. Do always be connected to yourself in July. Do connect to your wisdom and the things that you know, and be proud of what you are achieving. Search for the balance between giving and receiving. And then also know, really do know that you do have, I mean, this is no surprise to me what it says here with you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. I mean, that's an Aquarius, that is explained, like define Aquarius. That's it. So yeah, and Angel Gabriel is the actually the angel that comes out in the Judgment card with his like horn, and he comes to blow the horn to wake people up, like wake the fuck up. Things are not how they should be. That this whole revolution that's happening right now globally is actually very connected to that card specifically, and Angel Gabriel. So it's about us stepping into our power to fight for those marginalized, fight for people who need our help and who don't have as much of a voice as we do with our privilege. So whatever privilege it is that you do have, and if you don't, still to fight for, and ask to receive too. But ultimately it is in your life purpose to be able to be of help and to not let your insecurities hold you back, but actually like open up to this big life purpose that you have that concerns that relates to art making and to communicating about the things that are happening. Keep on going. Like July can be an incredible month of balance between giving and receiving. It can be about your communication quite a lot, making sure that you're communicating effectively and respectfully, and trying to understand other people's point of view, but If you don't understand it, that's okay. You can always just give your opinion and not try to sell it, not try to force it down anybody's throat. You can just inspire people, communicate, do let them know the truth, and then let it go. And then, you know, don't be attached to the result of it. Just communicate and inspire, and yeah, make art about it, and then let it go. And then, you know, it's all about self-mastery. And it's also about delegation, and, you know, learning how to look inside yourself and your wisdom, and sharing that wisdom with others in a very, like, easy, flowy way. Okay, Aquarius? So I hope that this helped. I love you very much. You made me have a laugh attack today. What the heck was that? Oh my gosh, I love my Aquarius people. They're weird. It's just like, I need to actually listen to this again, because I feel like it's something that I will probably find amusing later on. Thank you so much. Please share this with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Comment. Send me an email, book me for a personal reading. Please help Black trans lives, okay? I have the organizations down below in the description box. Some of them, there are tons of them, and I know that you don't even have to listen to this because you're an Aquarius. You're probably giving all your money already to all of the Black trans organizations. I love you very much. Have an incredible July, and I'll see you in August, babies. Bye.